This is a quick tutorial on how to land the SR-71 in X-Plane 11. So what I'm in flight configuration here. I'm clicking customize. I'm choosing 22 right because that's a slightly longer runway, though we shouldn't need it. And then I'm checking 10 nautical mile approach, and also I'm going into weight balance and fuel and getting the payload weight down and getting the internal fuel weight down to half. Because really you wouldn't want to land this airplane with full tanks. Let's give it a go. And I'm going to pause this as soon as we start. And this is probably going to be a messy landing because I've flown this airplane once, I think. So first thing we're going to do, we hit pause. We're going to go and set the nav radio, and you can pull these charts up at. They're available online. Just search for EWR nav in Google, and then the first result gives you the full information for the airport, and you can pull up the approach chart. And this is ILS runway 22 right. Frequency is 110.75. So you're going to go here, and I already have it set up. So you go 110.75. And not a lot of the stuff in this airplane works. In theory, we should be able to go and switch this into ILS approach, but it doesn't actually work. So as far as I can tell, all we can get is the localizer. We can't get the glide slope, so we're not going to get vertical guidance here. But that should give us enough to actually get the airplane down. So as you check, our speed is over. And I don't know why we're getting the flaps over speed. I don't think there is already flaps in this airplane. So let's go ahead and turn that off and get our power up a little bit. We're going to hit G for gear. Basically, the goal here is to be stabilized in speed as far out as we possibly can. I'm going to slide a little bit over to the right, trying to maintain altitude until we can actually see the airport. And if you look down here, at the localizer, you can see we're slightly to the left of the path, so we want to slide over slightly to the right, but we're generally good. Bringing the power back, I really want to shoot for, pretty close to the landing speed as I'm approaching the airport. And I'm going to use the localizer to make sure I'm lined up throughout the approach, just to make sure it'd be a lot easier if I had a glide slope here. But anyway, beggars can't be choosers. So looking good. So we're pretty much, just trying to stay right on 200 knots. Touchdown speed should be about 210 knots. And we're sliding a little bit right of the line, so let's stay there. And pretty soon we're going to see, it looks like we can see that, we can see the runway out there. So we're not going to need the localizer much more, but let's just stay with it. Dropping, if we could drop 1,000 feet per minute, that's pretty good. And you can see the pappies out there, so we are pretty close to right on. You can see when it's too red and too white, that means we're on the glide slope. So we're a little bit low. You give it a little bit more power. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty close to right on. And little over 1,000 feet per minute is going to give us the rate of descent we want. So you can see that on the vertical speed indicator to the right of the glide slope, or of the localizer. And we're a little low, but not too bad. And a little bit of juice. Now we're too low. There we go. We're sort of right on the knife edge of being too low. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and put her down. Dropping the power back. Trimming up for a nice flare, pulling back. And using my rudder to keep the nose straight. And come on, airplane, get your nose down. And I'm popping the drag chute. And I'm coming down hard on the brakes. And we did it. Let's see how it looks. Can't see the actual, there's the parachute. Parachutes don't really work fantastically well in this game, but you can see right there it has deployed. You can see it right there. Anyway, that's how you do it. Not too hard. If you're coming into the airport from a distance away, you really want to have that localizer set. And, you know, ideally you want to intercept the localizer about 20 nautical miles out, maybe, you know, 4,000 feet above the airport, 3,000 in this airplane. And just go ahead and stay right with it. You know, try to get your rate of descent about, you know, 1,200 feet per minute at, you know, slightly over 200 knots, and you should land pretty well. Hope that helps.